Could be. Could be.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Gosu Camp. Even though it has been put on hold for a little bit, we should talk about this, just Gosu coaching going to the next level here. This is actually quite a big move and quite a huge event, and could stand to make Team EG a lot of living money, a lot of rent money,
Well, I'll be honest. It's more than just the money. Obviously, the whole point of it is certainly to earn some sort of income off it. There's no hiding that. But because it goes further than that. If you were to look at Korea in StarCraft 1 Brood War, what you'd see is a lot of pro gaming houses with people training together in a house, focusing on something, getting insanely better. And even if you only spent a few days there, guaranteed your skill level's going to go through the roof, just because you're focusing on this game, watching the best of the best play, getting tips from the best of the best, real time, no lag, in person. There's no substitute for face-to-face communication. And it's basically just another great way to further the prospect of having a legitimate esport in StarCraft 2 outside of Korea. And by doing this sort of thing, we hopefully other places decide to try the same thing, or hopefully some company decides to sponsor a team. Obviously, Intel sponsors EG, but Gosu Coaching is kind of autonomous to them. But again, hopefully these big companies start sponsoring this, and we can get onto a major network and start really getting the word out there. And the thing about StarCraft in Korea is that people grow up going, I can make a living off of StarCraft. That's right, I can do it. We don't really have that in the U.S. And by doing something like this, we can get to that point where all of a sudden people are beginning to dream of playing video games as a career. And of course, there's like the kid Fatality, whatever his real name is, I don't remember, who's made a living off it, and quite comfortable living for that matter. But it's like one in, how many thousands, millions of gamers in the U.S. So by doing this sort of thing, we're really getting it out there that, hey, this is a serious deal. People are interested. They sold out already, by the way, even though they have to reschedule it. They did sell out. So there's obviously quite the demand. And not only that, it's going to be fun. I mean, come on. If you ever go play video games with your friends, think about doing it, dedicating 3 days to just playing video games all day long. It's going to be an awesome time. And they're going to have guest speakers and people to actually give speeches and talk about the game and pro gaming and all of this. So in my opinion, if I was in a position to do so, not being, full-time employee at a company, I would definitely love to jump on it in order to get better. And obviously a lot of other people have already saw that as an opportunity and have already taken it. And the good thing is they're going to keep doing it. It's not going to be a one-time event. It's going to be recurring, and hopefully more people take advantage. And once again, hopefully that is just another step to furthering it in the U.S.
Yeah, on that note, actually, I wanted to, I was going to do that too. I was hoping that they keep it going and it goes successful. Although I will say that I think that the price that they put up is way too low. I think that for the training they're giving, and the fact that they're giving somebody room and board for 3 days on top of some coaching and something that they put a lot of work into, I'd have to say this is basic. I would charge more than, I think it's $250. But I said to myself that if they keep it going, what's going to happen is down in or the grad school I want to go to. I'm a history undergrad right now. I want to go write my PhD hopefully at University of Arizona, because that's the best English language Aztec area type school. And so if I get into that grad school, I'm going to sign up. I'll take like a break or some time and go do that.
Well, the good thing is it's only 3 days. Like you said, it's low. This is, of course, a beta trial for them as well. They've not done this before. So I do expect the price to increase as time goes on, especially with the demand that they saw at the price that they gave. Honestly, they'll probably break even the first time just because, paying for food and, like you said, the electricity and all that stuff. There's overhead associated with it, of course. So hopefully for them, they can get a little bit of a better price as time goes on, and make it worth their while as well, because they're definitely putting a lot of energy into this.
There was offers. I remember in that thread, there's people who are offering to do stuff like wash the dishes just so they can hang around and listen.
Yeah, there were people offered to wash cars, clean the house, stuff like that. But these are a good group of guys. They're not going to subject someone to that sort of stuff.
Oh man, what's going to happen at the EG house during the break? Going to be like playing hacky sack for like a month.
Probably a lot of League of Legends and StarCraft 1. Actually, it's good, to be honest, because they'll be able to practice more StarCraft 1 to get into the WCG finals. But other than that, I'm sure I'll be playing a lot of League of Legends with them as well.
I still gotta get that game. I've heard it's good.
It's addictive.
But I never played Dota, so I wouldn't even know where to start.
I didn't either.
Okay, next... What do we got? What else do we got here? Oh, right. The Death of the Roach. Patch 12 came with
the Roach.
It was a relatively small patch, but every patch note was like a nuclear bomb dropped on the game. First one was the Forge takes longer to build. Now, I think this was to get rid of some cheese cannon rush build that was going on some servers. I think it might have been on an Asian server somewhere.
Actually, it was popular on our server too. I saw it a few times. Basically, what they do is versus Zerg, they can block the ramp literally with the Forge. It's got so much health. Only a couple of links can hit it. They'll never take it down. They can in the front. Game over. The other one was against like Protoss or Terran. Well, not really against Terran too much, but against Protoss it was popular where they would put it behind your mineral patch from below a cliff on like blistering sands or something like that. And then they'd just put a pylon up top and you'd be getting hit by cannons trying to kill the pylon. So it was really difficult for people to stop.
Oh, that's just mean.
It was.
The second was a doubling of the supply count for the Roach, which I thought for a long time was going to end up being the death note for the Roach. This patch change alone has caused at least one player to make a race change. I know right after the patch came out, Hydra announced that he's going back to Protoss, and Artosis told me that he's considering going back to Terran after the nerf here, and because they were both really known for Roach play.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's a big nerf, but at the same time, the whole reason Blizzard makes these patches is because they have a lot of statistical data to back it up, you know, so they can see that, well, people are winning majority of the games and they're winning them with roaches. They have that, they literally have that information behind everything, as if you read the patch notes on the Battle.net forums, they even started giving their reasoning behind it. And by doing this, basically, you can't make as many of them, especially late game. Even if you have the proper unit counters, you can no longer instantly just, you know, you can hardly keep up with that many roaches. So what they did, in my mind, was a good move, and in the game, we'll see how it plays out. Still, I've been seeing roaches being used. I actually just commentated a game that'll be going up in the next couple of days, where roaches were used, and they're still effective, that's for sure. It all depends on what you're willing to invest in them, because now, obviously, if you hit the 200 mark, in food count, you can't make as many, or you can't make other units. So it's all a balancing act now.
Yeah, the way I was taking a look at it is what it used to happen that was imbalanced was in a late game battle where, like, you know, a 200 army clashes. What would happen is if the Zerg army got completely eliminated, or like if a Terran ball met a Zerg swarm and the ball burst through and there was, like, you know, a much weaker Terran army, but the Zerg could respond almost instantly with 200 of roaches again, because roaches build fast, they're cheap, and they were one supply, so you could have a huge amount of roaches.
Way too many.
Just, push them over. But the change has actually done something really cool, which was take Roach out as sort of the tank frontline unit from mid-game and sort of turn it into the new lurker with the whole encouraging burrow move and things like that. Like, I've still used them relatively recently with things like Protoss, who have a whole bunch of High Templars, just burrow underneath, come up and snipe all the High Templars and then go away. And then there's still a lot of good uses for it, and I think they also face up against Zealots relatively well too.
I think you're right. I think you now get the upgrades more often because you don't make as many of them. So now you're making them more with purpose and not so much just making them because they're imba. You know, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna make them now so I can burrow them and take out units instead of I'm just gonna make a crap ton of roaches because they're really good.
Yeah, and they also have good harassment potential, the same as lurkers, I would say. I mean, their burrow attack. Their what do they call it? What is that called? Does that have a name yet? When you use roach burrow move to ambush or pop up in the middle of an army or harass or.
I like to call it surprise. You're dead.
That's
pretty much what happened.
Its use is pretty similar to how lurkers used to be used, I think. Whole position lurkers.
Yeah, definitely. It can be, and definitely makes the Terran have to think more and invest more in terms of like in Brood War, you would never go a game without getting detection. It would just not happen. StarCraft 2, it was happening a lot. And now we're kind of back to, no, you need detection if you want to win this game. And again, I just think that, if anything, that one little change has added depth